Hello everyone, and thank you for being part of the Arsenal chapter, and please subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever I've got to bring to you as long as this post and as long as it is Arsenal related right about here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your very host, KALS. So I'm definitely right about here to bring to you the latest trade as it comes in. It will be noted that we're going to be talking about a few football players, and one of them being the Gremio superstar, one of the best midfielders, young talent, 23 years of age, and that's none other than BITELLO. And also not forgetting that we will be talking about the one and only Balogun, plus other more transfers, potential transfers, and who's definitely joining the club Arsenal and who's leaving the club Arsenal. Anyway, but mainly we're gonna be focusing on who is going to be joining, and let's start with whom should we start with? Let's start with BITELLO. So it will be put to note that BITELLO is one of the best football players in the world, midfielders. When we talk about midfield, really, the name BITELLO has to come somewhere. Still very young, a Brazilian superstar, and for some reason, Arsenal likes Brazilian football players. As far as I know, Arsenal has already signed a few Brazilian football players before. And I think now if Arsenal sign BITELLO, that will be the fifth Brazilian at the club Arsenal, with the fact that Marquinhos is a Brazilian, and Martinelli also a Brazilian, Gabriel Jesus same, and Gabriel Magalhaes also. All these are Brazilian superstars. For some reason, Mikel Arteta likes the Brazilian players, and I think all of us know why, because it's definitely, I must say, it's because they are extremely talented, I must say. Brazilian football players are talented. They are extremely talented, and that's why we could be seeing another superstar, another football player playing for the club Arsenal. Anyway, what is going on with this transfer? That's what we definitely need to know. A lot is going on, and it is reportedly said that Arsenal went on and had a few talks with the football star BITELLO, who plays for Gremio, and had to convince him about the project that is being built at the club Arsenal. And it is reportedly said that Gremio has already agreed a move to Gremio has agreed that BITELLO can finalize a move to the club Arsenal, and that definitely is quite good news, and I think it's very positive news, with the fact that Arsenal has already signed a few football players. 3 football players are already Arsenal stars, and one of them being the first one that was signed was Kai Havertz from the club Chelsea, and yet the second one, that was around £65 million, and the second one was Urian Timber from Ajax Amsterdam, and that was also quite a big amount of money, 35 million pound. 35, yeah, around there, 37.8, that was the exact figure. Then the latest being the West Ham superstar, former West Ham football player, 105 million rated superstar, and that's none other than Declan Rice. So Arsenal having sealed with over 200 million, and in particular it's 208 million pound that Arsenal has already spent in this summer transfer window, and Arsenal has no signs of giving up, and at this moment in time Arsenal is still linked to a big number of football clubs with football players, and Arsenal is still trying to make sure that they can finalize deals with almost all these clubs that they've been linked with, but mainly Gremio is one club that is definitely in there, and football players are waiting to see which football player will be joining them. Anyway, and also fans. So it's very positive news about BITELLO, that anytime he could be joining the club Arsenal. And also now, do not forget that there is also a lot of information that's been going on as far as Balogun, what we know about Balogun and what has been said about Balogun. And at the latest, I've got quite a big number of news, a lot of news about Balogun. First of all, Inter Milan put in a bid of £34.5 million. And this bid was rejected with immediate effect. Arsenal said no chance of signing the football player at that amount of money. Balogun is a way too big talent for 34 for 35 point was it 35 yeah 34.5 million pound, because it was 34 point something like 2 something like that for a fixed amount, and the rest was additional add-ons. So Inter Milan really are really down on that, and they've got no chance absolutely of signing the star at that amount of money. The club Arsenal said no chance, and that bid was rejected with immediate effect. However, do not forget that Balogun stated it direct, strict and straight to the club Arsenal that he is not going to be going into any loan deal. They either keep him, Arsenal either keeps him or sells him. But keeping him really would mean that he would have to settle for the bench a number of times, because him being a top striker really. There are also other Arsenal top strikers. I mean, you've got Edin Ketia on the bench waiting, and you've got Gabriel Jesus really playing. It would be a bit complicated, would be a bit tricky for him at some point in time, But really, let's hope all will go on quite well for him, and he will definitely keep on winning. We definitely think that things will keep on moving on quite well for him, and he can probably remain at the club. But still about Balogun, the latest now, that was information that came in a little bit earlier, and at this moment in time, the latest that we've got about Balogun is that Manchester United is interested in Balogun, and Manchester United are very much aware that a £34.5 million bid from Inter Milan was rejected. That definitely means that Manchester United is willing to pay more than 34.5, more than 35 actually. That means we could see Manchester United going into talks with Arsenal for Balogun. You as an Arsenal fan, would you like Balogun to make a move to the club Arsenal? Get into to the club Chelsea? Get into the comment section and have your say. Anyway, not Chelsea, sorry, Manchester United. Let's talk about yet another football player. Let's talk about yet another star that we're going to be talking about. That was it for Balogun, and also the fact that we also talked about BITELLO before. I'll talk a little bit about Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus, I'll be bringing to the latest about Mohamed Kudus, as there is an interesting story coming up as Arsenal went on and had a few talks with Ajax Amsterdam. But this is definitely a developing story, and not much has been said about it, as it is still in its initial stages, and it is reportedly that any minutes from now, something is going to be done about Mohamed Kudus. So if you're interested in Mohamed Kudus news, please subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on when I bring to you the latest about Mohamed Kudus, as he is another football player that could be ending up at the club Arsenal. Otherwise, I think it will be a brilliant thing if he makes a wonderful move to the club Arsenal. I think I would like that. I would like to see him watch from Ajax. He's an Ajax Amsterdam football player, and Arsenal has already done business with Ajax when it came to Urian Timber. That's where Urian Timber I was playing for. So let's hope everything runs on quite well and keeps going on quite well, and winning ways remain with the club Arsenal. And hopefully everything will go on quite well. Otherwise, I should say thank you for being part of this podcast, and make up and subscribe. And ring that notification bell really, so that you do not miss out on whatever I've got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related. Right about here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your very host, KALS. As I tell you, it's been nice having you here, as we've been talking about Balogun, BITELLO, Moises Caicedo, and more as Arsenal is heading for yet another wonderful season. I'll definitely be here to bring to you the latest rates as it comes in. As I said, thank you and goodbye for now.